Hello, everybody. Welcome to a quick update about the recent decision from yesterday to start accepting DACA applications, first-time DACA applications by USCIS. So we've been getting a lot of questions and comments, and people are just they want to know what's going on. So I thought I'll jump on here. I'll do a quick live. If you're joining me right now, let me know where you're from, where you're watching this thing. We have, I'm streaming here in our private group as well as our Facebook page. So those of you that are joining, welcome. We did a live yesterday on our TikTok. Hey, Dito. Hey, Lou. Welcome. Suman. Thank you guys for joining in right now. Griselda, welcome, Griselda. I can highlight a few of you guys. Here we go. Hey, Griselda. All right, perfect. So basically, we've been getting a lot of questions. Oh, thanks to Mana. We had a bit of a delay, but everybody's here right now. So yesterday, a federal court essentially decided that. So just a bit of a background. A couple of weeks ago, the Supreme Court made a ruling that the administration's decision to stop DACA essentially was illegal, and they're supposed to return the situation to before 2017. Okay, but what happened is that after the Supreme Court decision, the USCIS still were not receiving new DACA applications. In fact, more than that, they were denying new DACA applications since the Supreme Court decision. But essentially what the Supreme Court did, they said, listen, that was just an illegal move on the part of the government, but they didn't make the determination whether DACA was legal or anything like that. They just basically returned the case back to the federal courts where this litigation was taking place originally. And one of those federal courts on Friday basically said that USCIS must accept new DACA applications as of yesterday, as well as applications for advanced parole, which is the travel permit for DACA. People who have DACA, they are able to apply for advanced parole and leave the country and re-enter. This is something that was also taken away from DACA applicants in 2017. So these are major news that came out yesterday, and of course, we were getting a lot of messages, and people are interested in basically applying for DACA. By the way, those of you that are watching here and you're not members of our private Facebook group, we're going to drop a link in the comments so you can join our group where we share information, things like updates, so you can join over there. Let me see if we can see some of the comments here. So basically, what's going to happen now? So what's going to happen now is first-time applications for DACA can start filing. And a lot of people are asking who actually qualifies for first-time DACA, right? So I have a list here. Let's see here. All right. So who qualifies for first-time DACA? This is kind of something that people are asking right now, trying to figure it out. First of all, you have to be under the age of 31 as of June 15, 2012, right? That's requirement number one. The second requirement is that you had to enter the US under the age of 16, okay? The third requirement is the most complicated one, and the one that most people are finding very difficult to meet, because a lot of people came here recently in the past 10 years, is that you have to continually reside in the US from June 15, 2007 until present. They do allow short exits, but essentially if you were not here in 2007, it's going to be impossible for you to apply. You had to enter the United States without inspection before June 15, 2012, and or overstay, lose your status around that time. You're currently in school, graduated from high school, or obtained a GED, or honorably discharged from the Army. One of those things is also required. And the most important thing is that you cannot have a criminal background. So essentially, if you have multiple misdemeanors or felony, most likely you're going to be excluded from applying for DACA the first time. And once again, guys, you can drop your questions in the comments, and I'm going to try to answer them after I will present this information. The other thing that is cool about this decision is that first-time DACA and any DACA applicant can apply for advanced parole. So essentially, people that come here without authorization, they're not able to leave the country until they finally fix their paperwork. And if you have DACA, you're not able to leave the country unless you have a permission to travel, which is an advanced parole. Okay. And now you can apply for advanced parole. The other advantage of an advanced parole is that when you re-enter with a parole, you essentially have a legal entry, which means that in the future, if you marry a US citizen or you find a way to get a green card another way, you're going to be able to do this from inside the US as opposed to leaving and going to a US embassy, which was another really important thing from the first time DACA applicants before 2017. Those that applied for the parole were able to stay in the country, essentially, because of that entry. So applications for parole are also going to be able to will reopen, and we're already getting a lot of requests from people to file for DACA for the first time. So yeah, these are the major news, and a lot of people are asking questions when they can file. Can they file for advanced parole? And once again, you can file for advanced parole. You need to have particular reasons for it. Essentially, humanitarian, a family member that is sick overseas, or significant financial loss, or things like that you can do to essentially apply for the advanced parole. But overall, these are amazing news for DACA, first time people who apply for the first time. The USCIS website, they have not said yet that they're accepting cases, but because of that ruling of the federal court, they have to do it. There's just no way there's no other way. They have to follow the law. And so we are starting to prepare those DACA. So if you are in need of help with DACA, just let us know. We will post our text phone number. You can send us a text and schedule a consultation to start. We have people here from Elias from Arizona, Ejaz from Dallas. We have Ruiz from Oregon. So those of you that are joining right now, let me know where you're watching this from, and let me know about your questions. Let me take a few of your questions. I thought it was important to jump in here and give you some updates. So let me see here. See your comments here. All right. So let me see if you have any DACA questions. So Kim Kyokan is asking, any updates on the K1 visa? Mine was approved in March. So, well, the K1 visas, and I've done a video about this before, that embassies are starting to reopen. And those of you that need to be scheduled for interviews, those interviews that were canceled in March, April, are going to be rescheduled right now, hopefully in the next few months. So if you're K1 visa, you should be okay. Sam Michael is asking, what do you think about DV Lottery 2020? Will there be any change because of it's going to be over in September? So there's a lot of litigation going on right now, Sam, about the DV Lottery. So we're hoping that in the next week or so, we're going to hear more, whether we're able to achieve an injunction or whether the government is going to extend the deadline from September to December. But so far, there's no news on that. Yvette Montemayor is asking, I'm married to a US citizen and just sent my 601A. Can I still apply for DACA? Absolutely. If you qualify for DACA, any other benefit that you're trying to apply for is not prohibited. So you definitely can apply for DACA. In fact, the reason I think it's important to apply for DACA now for those that qualify is because Trump, as you know, he's looking to cancel DACA once again, right? He's going to file proper paperwork to try to close this program again and maybe work on something more permanent. So that's why it's a window of opportunity right now for people to apply, especially first-time applicants that never did it before. This is the time to do it right now. So I definitely encourage you to do it if you can. Daniel Sanchez says, can you help fill out 601A? If so, how much do you charge? I'm in Michigan. Does that matter? Daniel, there's a link here in the comments. You can schedule a consultation. Very convenient link, specific for our Facebook family here. So just click the link and schedule a consultation with me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. I can help you anywhere in the States. We are helping clients all over the US. Doesn't matter where you are. Judy from Texas, Yvette, Madel Little. I applied for visa U with my mother, but I still apply for DACA. Absolutely. So like I said, you can apply for DACA no matter what applications you have going for you, because DACA is a benefit that if you qualify for it, you can still apply for it no matter what you do. Claudio, can I apply? Let me see here. Claudio says, can I apply for DACA? I'm missing 5 credits and I just need to enroll in school. Can I submit the application now? I believe that as long as you enroll in school, you should be able to file it even now. And once again, if you need help, make sure you send us a text or book a consultation with our link. Lila is saying, I have a TPS since 99 and 2 DUIs. I'm married to a US citizen. Can I apply for a residency? Once again, it's really important to have a consultation to understand more about what exactly your DUIs, was there probation or probation? When did it take place? And once again, remember, these broadcasts are provided as a general information only. I'm not your attorney. I don't represent you. And this is done just as a service for our members in the group, as well as our Facebook followers. If you need specific consultations about your case, please book a consultation with the link. We have a special rate just for you guys. Kim Colkin, Jacob, I saw your video about when MVC on Friday. My case is still sitting in New Hampshire. I called the embassy in Bucharest, but was told they can't do anything since they don't have the case. Any suggestions? So, Kim, if your case is still at the MVC level, you have to work with the MVC. You have to follow up with them. You have to email them and call them to make sure that they move your case in the pipeline. Let me see here. Marlene, I apply to DACA requirement. Except for one, I came here in 2011. Is there anything I can do? Unfortunately, if you don't meet all the requirements of DACA, you cannot apply for DACA. That's how it is today. They haven't changed the eligibility. Now, remember, if they're going to make DACA a more permanent solution, they may have other criteria for people to qualify. But under the old DACA, which basically we're able to file now, you're not able to file if you don't meet those requirements. Let me see here. We have a question from Angie about somebody that left and re-entered multiple times. So again, as long as you came here in 2007, you've been here since June 2007. If you had some minor exits and entries before 2012, you should be okay. Again, you need to consult with an attorney to look at those exits and entries to make sure that they are not too harmful for your status. Sue Ellen is asking, what are the requirements for DACA? So I mentioned it before, and I can mention them again. You have to be under 31 of age as of June 15, 2012. You have to come to the United States before the age of 16. You have continuously to reside in the US from June 15, 2007, right? So anybody who came here 2008, 2009, 2010, you do not qualify under the original DACA. You had to be here without inspection as of June 15, 2012, or fall out of status around that time. And you're currently in school, you've graduated from high school, you have your GED, or you were honorably discharged from the Army, right? So these are the requirements for DACA. Here we go. I have a question. If I go out with advanced parole, when I come back, isn't it considered I entered legally? That is correct. So that is why I mentioned to you, the advantage of filing for an advanced parole is that if you leave and enter, you basically establish legal entry, which is really important for established legal status. Hey Nelly, how are you? Nelly is one of our most loyal fans from Washington State. Welcome, Nelly. So let's see what other questions we have here. We have Danielle Sanchez just booked a consultation. Amazing that you did that. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you next week. Here we go, something cool. Galit Levi Peretz is asking me a question in Hebrew, which I'm going to read in Hebrew. And she says, do I have a chance to get DACA? Can I get AB 540? Would I have requirements since I arrived here in June 30, 2010? So you don't qualify for DACA, Galit, but you may be able to do other stuff. You're welcome to reach out to me privately, and I'm happy to speak with you in Hebrew and help you with your case. But thanks for posting this. Leslie is saying, I qualify for DACA, but I also have another case. I believe it's the waiver through marriage. Can I apply for DACA? And also, would it affect my case? No, you can apply for DACA and have the other case. It doesn't matter. So, like I said, DACA doesn't impact any other thing that you have. So people are asking about expedite. Dimitri is saying, is the fact that my wife is pregnant is a good enough reason to expedite my case? Like I said, right now they have a lot of discretion when they apply for expedited. So I actually done a video today. I did a video today on my YouTube channel. If you are not following my YouTube channel, make sure you follow my YouTube channel as well. We talked about the reasons why somebody can expedite a case. Marianne says, I'm going to apply for K1. How long is it going to take? How long is it going to take to apply for, to be able to travel to the United States? That's what Dimi is asking. Marianne is asking. Marianne Goodall is Serrano. So right now it's taken about 18 months since you started the process. And yeah. So Ruben Oshlot is asking, I have a question. If I got out with advanced parole, when I came back, isn't it considered entry legal? Yes, it is. It is a legal entry, Ruben. You're correct. Let's see. Jay is asking, Jacob, I applied for AOS in January of this year. Still, fingerprint is not received. I have an appointment for biometrics. It was canceled in March. I received my EAD card in June. When would they schedule my appointment? So I think that right now they're starting to reschedule appointments. And I think that they are going to, I think it's going to be probably September or so for interviews to start again. Letty, hey Letty, how are you? Good to see you here too. Are they accepting by applications for DACA? Yes, they are. That's the reason why we're doing this live. This is the reason why we're doing it. Luis, what are the chances that if I got advanced parole? Oh, okay, Luis, we just did yours. So yeah, so basically this is kind of the reason. And once again, keep posting your questions in the thread. I'll come back to those questions and I'll answer them throughout the day. Once again, just wanted to do a quick live to let you know that DACA applications are now being, you can file for new DACAs right now. And I will, we'll put out, if you prefer to text us to book a consultation or have a meeting with us, we'll put our text number in the comments below, and you can find this number, and you should be able to text to make an appointment to start your DACA case or any other case. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday, both in the Facebook private group. If you're not a member of our private Facebook group, we're going to drop a link in the comments so you can join our group as well. And those of you that are in a group right now, thanks for being part of our membership. And you guys are amazing. So thanks a lot. Have a beautiful Saturday, and I'll see you. And again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, because I'm going to be producing a few cool videos this week. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a beautiful Saturday. There you go.